This is Don Goldberg for TechView, and our guest today is David Winslow from GCE. And David, thanks for being here. We're happy to have you on because we've had other people from GCE on talking about the Department of Labor and how you guys were able to stand up from start to finish in 18 months an entire new financial management solution. And you're the one responsible for doing that. And so the question I'm getting is, how did GCE and the Department of Labor do that?
Thanks, Don. I get that question a lot. The key to the implementation was having a pre-built system, a pre-configured solution to offer to DOL.
And you know, we hear this term pre-configured, but what exactly does that mean when you're talking about tying in an entire agency like the Department of Labor?
Well, that means that the system, all of the work to go into configuring the business processes to let the users of the system execute their functions, such as paying a bill or issuing a contract, all that is configured. All the workflows are configured. All the data sets that are needed to perform these functions, they're all pre-loaded in there. All the the compliance features are already implemented. The segregation of the duties. So you don't have to focus on the business process implementation. It's already there, and you can focus on other things that are.
So typical new systems in the past would take a couple of years just to cobble together what you want to do. If you've got it pre-configured, you can spend that time on other challenges that come along with migrating a system.
Absolutely, and that is one of the advantages of this approach, is to be able to take a department with 12 different agencies, DOL, and put them onto a system in 18 months. It's the important thing are the challenges for this implementation. We're integrating with legacy systems, performing the data migration, and the change management. So we were able to not focus on going out and getting requirements and designing business processes. We were able to focus on those things that are more difficult and often lead to an implementation failure, and that is data migration, change management, and integration.
So let's talk about data migration. What was the challenge you had to overcome with that?
Well, data migration challenge is, and it's a challenge to every implementation, is when you come from a system that, especially for DOL, for example, that's the data's been there a long time, the business rules change and guidance changes. You have to go back to older data, and you have to make it now compliant, and you have to make it usable in the new system. We call this the transformation. So you transform the legacy data into a modern system.
Right.
And it's not just that you transform it, it has to be accurate. It's going to be audited. The auditor is going to go back and look at the data. So getting completeness and accuracy is of most importance, and takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time.
And change management, how you've got offices all over the country.
Right. It's an agency with offices, or a department with offices all over the country, and our focus again was with change management, we were able to start on day one because we already had a system to show people. We could go out and demonstrate, do road shows, and say, here's the system, here's how it's going to operate, and let people adjust to it over the course of the 18 months, as opposed to spending 2 years trying to figure out how to complete the system or get something standing up. You can show them on day one it's already built and it's ready for them to look at and begin the change management process.
Now, the Department of Labor it's a big agency, but is this the model for the future for the really big, diverse agencies like Homeland Security or DoD that really are spread out? I mean, is this going to serve as the template?
Yeah, absolutely. The good thing is that the Physio has already provided guidance as to what business processes should look like. How should they be executed? How should they work in the system? And you just have to spend some time and money and build this system, as pre-configured and be used by anyone who in the federal government who follow the standard regulations for financial management.
Right. And how important is getting the full buy-in and the leadership from, for example, the Department of Labor top executives?
Oh, it's extremely important because many times you're doing the system implementation and you show a system, but and people want to change it because they're used to doing something different, or they don't particularly like something that they see, or it's just different, usually because it's different. You need senior leadership buy-in to stop, say, no, this is Physio compliant, this is what we are supposed to be doing. While we may not do this now, we need these internal controls. So it's critical to have senior leadership buy into the model.
So you need to have a pre-configured system, you need senior leadership buy, and then you got to address all those problems. Sounds like you guys did a pretty good job of identifying that and reaching those that solution.
Yes, it was
Well, David,
exciting.
listen, thank you very much for being here. This was very good to sort of fill in those details for us, and hope to have you back.
All right, thank you,
Thanks.
Don.
I'm Don Goldberg for TechView.